All right. Hi, and welcome back to another Wellness Wednesday here at Spine and Rehab Specialists. I'm Earl, one of the physical therapists here, and today I'm going to show you 6 different exercises you can do if you have glute tendinosis. So the first thing we want to do is try to get this tissue ready to handle stress. So we're not going to do that by stretching. We're going to start by simple isometrics. So I'm going to use this gait belt. You can use a regular belt or anything, some kind of strap you have lying around the house. I'm going to start by putting this on around my knees. Okay, I'm going to put it on a little snug. And all I'm going to do here is just sitting here. I'm relaxed, and now I'm just pushing out against the belt with my knees, just feeling these muscles work, okay? So you want to hold this for a good 5 seconds roughly, and then gradually work your way up to longer holds as this starts to feel comfortable. So maybe work your way up to a 10-second hold, 15, 20, 25, even 30 seconds, and then gradually adding on more repetitions. So let's say maybe starting off with 2 to 4 sets of maybe like 5 repetitions, and then as you can do that for longer holds, gradually start adding on more repetitions. Once you can do this in sitting and this is fine, you can add some more load to this by actually just standing up. So I'm just going to stand up now, and I'm still doing the same thing, but these muscles are having to work a little bit harder because they're holding me up as I'm doing this, okay? And the depth of that squat can vary based on how comfortable you are, okay? So you could be a little bit more upright, you could be a little bit more squatted, or even almost sitting down. And the deeper you are into that, the harder these muscles are gonna have to work, again, using that same rep scheme to gradually progress that. So now, once you're comfortable with doing the eccentrics, you can start adding in eccentric types of exercises. In other words, you're really focusing on the lowering portion of the exercise. So let's say I'm doing a squat. A good example would be here. I'm going down slow, okay? So we can start with pushing up with both legs nice and quick, and then going down slow. Okay, and I'm using this BOSU here because I'm limiting the depth of that movement to manage the pain. But once that feels comfortable, you can graduate this to a single leg version. So let's say you push up with both legs. Let's say my left leg is the one, or my left hip is the one where I'm having the issue on that glute tendon. Now I'm just going to slowly lower myself down, slow, and then pushing up with both legs, okay? And the depth of that squat is going to vary with how much control you have, how much pain you're having. So the more comfortable this feels, you can add more repetitions. I would say start off with maybe 2 to 4 sets, again, or maybe like 5 reps. Once you can do maybe a good solid 20 reps, go ahead and remove the BOSU or whatever cushion you have, and now you can go lower onto that surface and working that control, again, building up that tissue's tolerance to stress. So when it comes to the glutes, one of the most important things we have to remember is they don't just work, in this one plane, where we're just going up and down. They also have some work for going sideways. So again, let's say my left side is the injured side. What I'm going to do is a little lateral walk or a monster walk, but I'm going sideways, and I'm starting with leading with the uninjured side. I have this loop around my feet. The closer it is to the toes, the more tension this band will actually put here on the glute. So I'm going to be in a little squat, and then from here, I'm going to step out with the uninjured side, and it's lifting up the other foot, slowly bringing the leg back in. So controlling this motion. I don't want to let it just, come back in uncontrolled, and I definitely don't want to drag the foot because I want to use the muscle to control that movement, okay? So maybe doing this type of movement for a good, maybe like 20 feet or so, or take maybe 5 to 10 steps. Do anywhere between 2 to 4 sets of that. That should be good, and that will really help this muscle adapt to moving in multiple directions the way it's designed to do. The last 2 steps when you're working on a tendinosis, in this case the glute tendinosis, is you want to add strength, you want to add more load and still trying to stress those tendons and remodel that tissue. So we're gonna start with adding load by adding weight. So I'm gonna use this sandbag here. So you have different options for loading this. It could be a barbell, it could be a dumbbell, it could be a kettlebell, and I'm using the sandbag. And all I'm gonna hold this right here, and I'm focusing on just doing a squat. Okay, going down nice and slow. I'm keeping my back straight. You notice the motion is my hips go back and my knees bend at the same time. All right. Once you're comfortable with that, you can start adding speed. Different ways you can do that are jumping, jogging, sprinting, pushing a weight sled fast, doing modified jumping, maybe even up from a Bosu, something like this, sitting here, and now working on either standing up really quick or maybe even jumping up from there, whichever works best for you. Cool. All right, and those are 6 different exercises you can do if you have a glute tendinosis. So make sure to join us tomorrow for our Thirsty for Knowledge Thursdays, where Anthony and Harry are going to go more over glute tendinosis, how that injury occurs, why they happen, and more about how we can help you with those type of injuries here at Spine and Rehab Specialists.